Welcome to Recovery Life, where we talk about all things recovery. I'm Jimmy Rogers, a drug addict and an alcoholic, and I don't care who knows as long as I don't forget. This is Jessica Loden, soon to be Jessica Rogers.
Hey guys.
You know, I've noticed in my years in sobriety, I noticed that there's people that come in, work the steps, have a really incredible working knowledge of the steps, but they tend to relapse from time to time. I think most often we become drug addicts and alcoholics because we don't like the way we feel. Maybe not every situation, but I think most of us, we don't like the way we feel for some reason, something from the past. Myself, it was fears. I was afraid of everything and everyone, so I would use to cover up my fears. But anyway, I see a lot of people that they keep relapsing because they can't forgive themselves of something that they've done in the past, you know. I've seen people that they relapse because they can't let go of the past. You know, they can't forgive themselves for something they've done. And, you know, as when we was using drugs and alcohol, a lot of us, we did some horrible things. I know one young lady, her baby got into her dope and the baby died as a result.
My trauma and drama was when I was 17 years old. I was pregnant with my first son, and I did a bad shot of cocaine, and it put me into a drug overdose, and therefore the result of that is I had a stillborn son, and that was my firstborn, and that kept me out for a really, really long time. That was just the beginning of the failures and the mistakes that I made as an adult, and parenting at that, and pregnancies at that. This 12-step program has made me learn to forgive, let go of fears, and overcome who I used to be. And
no matter who you are, no matter what you've done, in order to move forward, we have to forgive ourselves and let go of what we've done. I know some things are more difficult than others, but looking back at the past, it's only going to keep us sick. You know, we've done what we've done, and we can never change that. You know, sometimes, you know, I see a therapist there twice a month. You know, I've been seeing a therapist for about 9 years. You know, you got to have somebody to talk to. You got to get it off your chest. You got to express how you feel. Don't let that pride or insecurity, or maybe you feel like you're the only one that's ever made those kind of mistakes. When you open up and share, you're going to realize that you're not the only one. And that's going to help take a lot of the burden off of you. That's something to meditate on, folks. I'm Jimmy Rogers with Recovery Life. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you very much.